everyone. Jenny here.
Hola, Justin. How can I help you guys? I try saying
Justin, where are you? Where are you? You're outside. I can see that.
well, no, it's not outside. It's indoor. I'm next to the big windows, and this is a food court. It's
Oh, food court.
yeah.
See, your palm trees are real. Mine's fake.
Yeah, these are reals. But I like your background too. It reminds me of the place I was.
I know,
I
but
was surfing
mine's
today.
virtual. Virtual. Yours
Yeah.
is real. There's a huge difference. Uh,
Yeah.
so,
Well,
what are you doing
so,
outside?
huh?
What are you doing outside today?
Oh, I was surfing. I was surfing.
Nice.
Surfing in the south coast. Yeah, I needed it. I put a status in Instagram. I put a picture before getting the water. I put disconnect to connect, and it was funny because at some point I was like fighting with this wave, and I hit the the shallow reef. I hit it with one of my knees, and I
Ooh.
was like, I did really connect.
That's a bit
I was
dangerous.
just laughing. I was like, well, I can't. I disconnect to connect. I'm connecting with a reef here right now. But
That's.
I had fun. It was.
Oh, I can't hear you, Justin. Your volume is off. Oh, there you go. Oh, now I can. Hello, hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, now I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was receiving a call. Um, so the other day you asked me about like which topic we were gonna talk about, and I suddenly had this idea about. Oh no, wait! You didn't even ask me. I had the idea like suddenly
That's
popped
right.
in my brain. Yeah, it was like all random. It's that I was thinking about um like all the knowledge. I was like in that moment being grateful for all the things that I have learned and that had helped me through this journey.
Mhm.
And I was thinking also that most of the people from my generation and below, and even other older people, and people in general, but mostly young generations, they don't have, or at least that's how I feel, that the we've been missing this respect for our teachers, and not just the teachers. No, I mean not just the spiritual teachers as feng shui or other holistic.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, sorry.
Okay. So I mean like teachers in general, like
Yep.
school teachers or there's even like life teachers that people give for granted. I have met many people that have gave me many advices that are life changing
Mhm.
and in a good way. And you know we tend to pass to give that for granted, and when you have respect, you kind of like absorb more that knowledge. Like it's like
Well,
it's
give me
not
an example. Give me an
okay.
example.
Okay, so for example, if I give you um
What?
okay, let's say
Name a
let's say
teacher that influenced you in a great
okay,
way.
um like for example, let's talk about feng shui now that we're in
Sure,
this
sure,
topic. Okay,
sure.
so um for me, I learned feng shui as a part of um channeling or redirecting the energy flows in the spaces to be to have more benefit of it, to be able to nourish yourself from that energy spot. So for me, this is something that it's very important. It's what keeps me alive, you
Mm-hmm.
know
Mm-hmm.
um, so um, when I do some seminars
Mm-hmm.
or talks,
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's people that are really looking to learn, and that there are people that are listening and they are learning, but a month later or 2 months later, it's only a minor percentage that the people who really live by the knowledge that they acquired.
But
Other people it right after the classroom. They don't really take it like, oh wow, this is important. And maybe it's not for that person. I don't want to say that uh some everybody has different tastes.
yes,
I maybe people, they were having other expectations, but I'm saying that when you have respect for that you learn, and also for the people who's providing you that knowledge, you tend to absorb it, and it's also come naturally to apply it. You don't even have to talk too much or think it about it. It just happened.
yeah.
My
Um,
experience.
I agree. I agree. I think also there's timing in your life where something really resonates and it clicks for you,
Hmm.
and you think, oh, this is it. Um, and if the timing is right and the teacher is right and the situation is right, then something just all connects and it works really well. And sometimes all those things can't connect at the right time and it's
Hmm.
later. So percentage wise, maybe it really only connects with, like you say, the few percent.
Yeah, I know, but okay, look on the Asian Asian uh, schools, holistic schools, like martial arts, like all these Japanese, like in Japan, you had this, no, this is the school of this, the school of that, school of tailoring. So you had all
Mhm.
different schools for different, and each school are the master, they masterize that knowledge.
Right.
So when to acquire that knowledge, you
Yeah.
had to get respect for the school.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to, okay, this person really wants to learn. It was not like, oh, I want to learn this, and you get in the school. You had to pass some certain test, and the more you learn, then you get deeper knowledge.
Right. You go
So,
higher.
so, but you gotta earn the respect and the like. How do I say that? Like, it's a privilege to acquire that knowledge.
Mm.
You
Well,
know,
I guess it's true.
now
Yeah.
now it's not a privilege. It's all in the internet. You just post it. Even this that we're talking about, for me, this can even be considered sacred knowledge. But people see it. Oh yeah, life in Facebook is not as important. Like, I'm not saying everybody, but what I mean is that nowadays, since knowledge is so easy to have access to,
Mm-hmm.
people are losing that respect and the importance of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that happens, then you're not really learning. I mean, you're listening and you might have the knowledge, but you don't have the wisdom because you didn't struggle to get it. It just came quick. It's like, oh
Mm.
yeah, I read it in magazine, the pharmacy, you know,
You
versus
make a
like
good point.
trying to
Actually,
get in this Asian master school to acquire this knowledge, and you struggle for a week to learn a sentence, you know. So I think we are missing that nowadays, and I wanted to bring that up because I think it's important for the new generations to uh, be more respectful for teachers in general. Like life teachers. Your dad can be, your mother can be a life teacher, your friends, knowledge in general. Whoever provides you knowledge cares for you, and if you respect that knowledge will like get to be part of you, like diffusion and it became one. And then one day you will give an advice to someone else, hey, and it just came up 10 years later, and that person, oh, you changed someone life from a knowledge that you got when you were about the same age, but you really, you really meant to learn that advice or whatever. So, I think it's
I
important.
totally agree. I totally agree. And as you say, the internet has changed the way we learn because the access we have to so much information, and sometimes it's hard to decipher what really working for us or not, and a lot of it's all really
Mm-hmm.
messed up. And you don't know if somebody's making something up, so if it's real or not real. There's a lot of fake stuff going around too.
Mm-hmm.
So some people abuse knowledge, like you say, so I think it's important to acknowledge somebody like Dr. Zhu, who's been doing this for most of his life, you know. So maybe what he says sounds like, I can say that, but he's saying it with it's kind of like an iceberg. You can only see this much, but down below he's got so much foundation, you know, so much foundation
Yeah.
underneath, but we don't see it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's what you mean, right? The
Mm-hmm.
show got respect for the stuff that
Yeah.
you don't see,
And then people, like people who share the knowledge, feels when the other people are showing interest or uh, or respecting the fact that I'm providing knowledge. And when the provider feel it, it wants to give you more knowledge, because it feels good, like this person is showing interest and you want to show the rest of the iceberg. It's like, oh, I'm gonna bring that iceberg upward, or get a tank, let's dive under, so. But if you don't, you need to be grateful. And what grateful is one thing, but also respect it, because when you respect it, you give it value to it. You can be
Mhm.
grateful and say thanks, and yeah, you give some value. But when you really respect that knowledge and the teacher who provided it, you're
Mhm.
putting more weight in it, and it, you develop meaning.
Yeah, I think I'm really fortunate. I have a ikebana teacher, Japanese flower arrangement teacher, and
Hmm.
she lives in, my neck of the woods. And why I'm very fortunate about it is because she's dedicated her life to this art. It's just, she said that as soon as she took her first ikebana class, something clicked. It's like, oh, this is me, you know? She just fell in love with it very deeply. And then she has been dedicating the last, I don't know, maybe 15 years of her life. I don't know, maybe more, to this flower arrangement. And she goes to Japan. She studies every day. She arranges flowers
Hmm.
every day. She studies. She built a studio next to her house. I mean, she's. I said, it's her life. She has committed, and I think that's the word I was looking for. She's very committed. This is what she's gonna do, and she takes it seriously. She
Hmm.
takes it
Hmm.
seriously. So I'm very lucky to
And
have somebody like that who's teaching me because I feel like I'm getting the best.
and it's because she's doing what she loves and she feels passionate about it, and she
Yeah.
respects all the knowledge. I bet that she knows many techniques worldwide, but she decides to use specific ones. But the fact that she respects the other techniques and knowledge, it gives her more experience and more skills.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like for example, musicians, maybe you play one genre, but you might listen to all of them, and you might know how to play all of them, but you really like jazz and rock, and that's how
Right.
you want to play.
Right. That's
So
absolutely true.
but, but
Just
you're
like
not.
feng shui, Justin. You're the you're the graphic guy. You know, that's your
Hmm.
strength, right? That's your strength.
Hmm.
I'm more the interior person. That's my strength. You
Hmm.
know, and
Hmm.
maybe somebody else is exterior or whatever. You know, within the feng shui realm, there's many avenues. You know,
Yeah, branches.
many avenues.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's the same thing you're talking about with the music.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why the more you respect the knowledge, that it doesn't mean that even if you don't use it, it will influence other stuff that you do. I know feng shui has a strong influence in my daily life, even in my surfing. Uh, for
How do
example,
you use it in surfing?
for example, for example,
Give me an
um, I I was surfing and is that okay? This is a question that I want to ask Shantung Hsu because feng shui is more about space arrangement, but
okay.
most of the knowledge is based on Tao principles.
Yeah.
So I tend to apply all that mixed up in my daily life and I call it feng shui, but technically speaking, feng shui is more dedicated in the architecture and space arrangement design.
Not necessarily. It could be exterior, garden, not only
Yeah,
architecture.
yeah. But so, for example, in surfing,
Well, that's what people think it is, right?
yeah. So, for example, today's session, I decided it was hot, it's very sunny, strong sun, and I decided not to wear a shirt or liquor or anything because I said I have a meeting today. If I and I haven't taken sun in a while, so I will not wear anything. I will let the sun like burn me a little bit, and the sun will get me out of the water. I'll say, oh no, it's too hot. I will get out quicker than because I can surf for 4 hours. I just forget about the word that so and then so I was talking. There was people in surfing. Surfing is very competitive and aggressive. Even though it seems like
I know. There's certain rules in surfing. I know that. Unspoken rules, who gets the wave first and who's this
yeah,
and
yeah, it's very competitive. So there's a group of kids. I'm surfing, and they are like still in my wave, or like I catch a wave and they get in front of me and kind of like drop me out of the wave. I was cool. With I was like, it was small wave. There are kids. They are like, oh no, we gotta show like who's the strongest. Blah blah. I don't care. I was just there for have fun and just relax my mind and do exercise. So, but I was talking to one of the person giving some advices,
Mhm,
and then like a big wave came,
mhm,
and there was I was in the right spot at the right timing, so I managed to get that big one.
mhm,
And while I was surfing, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so much fun!" When I ended, um, I usually at some point of the wave I kick out to
mhm,
swim back.
mhm.
So in this one, I say, you know, instead thinking, oh, I want to go back to catch another one, I was like, wow, this is my ride home. So I got in the foam water and I sat on the board. Like instead being laying on, I just sat on it and I went like sitting on the surfboard all the way to my car. And I
Mm.
was like, in other times of my life in general, when I surf and I catch a fun wave like that, I was like, oh, I want another one. But
Ah,
this time I said, no, this is enough. I had a good time. I have a minute. This is a good way to end it.
mm,
So for me, this is me applying feng shui knowledge because even though it seems very weird, I have talked about the flow of energy. It's in
mhm,
waves.
mhm.
So if 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 I was having a lot of fun on that wave and I was going up and I
Yeah.
swim back, I will start going down the slope. I was in my peak of wow, and then swim back. all the way to see if I catch another one and get with all those kids in the middle and see, oh, no, I was right here. I wanted to keep it to stay in that level. I
Mm.
wanted to get in my car and say, wow, that was a good wave versus, oh, but like, you,
Ended at the best spot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You
So
ended with a high.
I really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I really wanted to swim back. But my experience, me applying my knowledge, my wisdom said, you know, you had a good time, you already burned, and that was such a good wave. So let's call it a day.
Mm.
And so for me, this is me applying feng shui to surfing about decision making,
Mm-hmm.
what to do, which way to catch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wait and I see some big waves and I skip them, and
Mm-hmm.
I see everybody swimming for them, and then I'm the only one in the spot and I catch the last one to put it. So patience, but then boom, charge.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, um, I didn't even know how I started talking about all this, but it was in related about me applying the knowledge because I respect it and I try to live by it. I
Yes.
not every day. I go out, I hang out, I drink. I'm not a monk, but I try to have the most balanced life that I can. So I try to go with my feelings, with my
Mm-hmm.
intuition, and all this knowledge and the fact that I've been grateful for all this since
Yeah.
I'm a kid
Yeah.
helps me. Are tools that helps you to take decisions, to um, come up out
That's
of situations that are tough.
that's right. I think you're right, and I want to remind everybody that feng shui isn't like a magic pill. It's a tool to
Hmm.
help us and a tool to guide us. You know,
Hmm.
and I think you're using it in a great way.
Yeah, even though like the other day I posted you a video, I remember like showing my bedroom that I rearranged it,
Mm.
and I was
How's it
like,
working?
other yeah, it's working good, and
Send
some
me a
people
picture.
can
I'm
say,
gonna post it in the group.
so some people it's not still it's still a little messy. I'm installing shelves, but um some people can say, oh wait, weren't you a feng shui master or whatever? Like, why you rearrange your bedroom? Like, shouldn't you should be able to have it good since the first in on the first place, So you made a mistake. So you you can't see it that way. But remember that we are constantly being influenced by energies all around us, and you feel different every day. And when I arranged my bedroom, I was more uh, business oriented.
Hmm.
I'm starting my company, so I gave priority to my desk, and I put my desk with a strong mountain, and I put the bed on the place that receives the less energy, because I said, but bed is yin and I desk is yang because I'll be more active working, so I put it like that, blah blah. But what ended up
You
being
thought about
happening,
it. You thought about it.
I thought about it every day,
Yeah.
like a lot. I gave it a
Yep.
lot of thought in the beginning, and then what ended up happening is that, yeah, business good, boom, I keep good things keep happening, boom, all good.
Terrific.
But I've not resting, and I'm burning myself. I
Oh.
stopped surfing because I don't have energy to go surf. Every day
Mhm.
I'm busy with something. Things come up out of nowhere, like I need to help a friend, or suddenly someone wants to do business with me, and I was not expecting it, and I gotta go to this unexpected meeting, and I got delayed in everything else, and it's all work. And the thing is that since I don't watch television now, and I'm more like focused on my stuff,
Yeah.
suddenly it became all work. And people say, oh, but you quit to do things your way, and then you're ended up working more than the 5 to 8. I mean 8 to 5. So now I rearrange my bedroom to have it more balanced because I have enough work already to deal
Good.
with. So now I put the bed in the best place that I could put it. My desk is on the side. I don't even have a mountain. I don't care much. All I care is to have a table to fix my drones and put my laptop on. But now, when I want to work seriously, I move my laptop to the best spot. So portability is good. Yes, right.
That's great.
Um, so
That's great.
yeah, now I've been resting much more. It feels cooler also. The breeze in the house, cross ventilation. Now it hits the bed.
That's
So
great. That's
yeah.
great. And I think
So
it's important that you're aware and you're doing it not just, randomly. You're really thinking it through.
yeah,
You
but also it goes with my feelings because in the beginning I felt that way. So um, I tried to listen to what I wanted, and now I want something different, and I'm flowing with it also.
hmm
But I have the knowledge to back it up, and I have the tools to do it right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's right. I mean, if you can use feng shui as to I always think of it as just guidance. I mean, we, in life sometimes we get into situations we've never experienced before. We don't know how to deal with it. Um, and I'm sure during COVID, people are experiencing things they've never experienced before. So it's just a good tool to reassess, you know, where you are in your life. And for you, you focused on work first, and now you're trying to balance it out. You know,
mhm,
in my life, I was very much into my family, but now my family have grown up, so now I'm trying to focus into my work life, which I didn't before. So it changes. You got to go according to your situation. So everybody's
mhm.
situation.
Yeah, everyone's situation is different. So I use feng shui to help me in my situations, and that's why it's hard. Some people call me and they want me to give them an advice, and it's very hard because your situation is on my situation. You cannot copycat my bedroom. Oh, I want to have. Justin has so much knowledge. I want to have the bedroom as he has it. It just will not happen. It's hard. It's like everybody is different. If you're in a different scenario, you have different feelings and priorities, and you need,
Climate, different, everything.
as a feng shui consultant, and way above, we gotta go and assess the situation in person and see how we can redirect the energy flow in the most efficient way for your specific situation, not
Mm,
for ours.
mm.
So unless you have the same dimensions and same furniture and same paint job in the house, it's you can't copycat other bedroom feng shui.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's very important that people like put comments and whatever, like contact us. We are here to help you. That's why we're doing this, and we won't charge you like, we're doing this for the love of passion and knowledge, and we want to help this community to grow as much as we can. So it's not
Yeah.
like, oh no, $1,000 a minute. Call 1-800, blah blah blah. that, that's not what we're here for. So yeah, I just wanted to share that also. It's every scenario, it's very different.
Yeah, it is different. It is different. But like you said, we're talking about respect for teachers. I'll tell you, I told you the story about Dr. Zhu,
Hmm,
and
hmm.
he told me, in the Chinese tradition, you have a temple and you have a head monk, and it takes years and years and years for the head monk to choose the next head monk. You know, comes to a
Mhm.
point where he cannot be head monk anymore. You know, but he says, you know, it's a very big responsibility because you have thousands of years of history written at people and knowledge. And if you pick the wrong person, then you know the thousands of years of history and knowledge is disrupted. So you got to make sure the person you choose will be able to carry on and to be able to choose the next person. So
Mhm.
it's really important to not only develop yourself but to develop the people so you can pass on information to the next generation.
Yeah, yeah. Because if the person who's gonna pass it on needs to feel passionate about it to be able to spread it right. Or if the person that you pass it on don't care about it, don't respect the knowledge, it won't even it will forget. He will not even able to pass it on because he will forget. And whenever he decides to pass it on, oh yeah, I remember I studied sometime it was something about this and that and
Mhm.
whatever. They talk about um, stars and constellations, and your bed gotta see that star from your angle. Yeah, it's um, it reminds me. I have for those people that don't know, I have a drift team with some friends, and uh, my friend's car, one of them,
Yeah.
he got it from an old person who was the original owner, and the car was nice. It's an older car,
Yeah.
but they had it like on that nice dash. The car sleeps indoor and everything.
Mhm.
I remember one of the things he said was like, um, please just don't don't mess the car up, just keep it as original. And now the car is fully customized. Like but it's funny because we still have the original seats and the dash,
Uh-huh.
and the door panels. We want to
That's
keep
all.
that original because it was nice. Most cars from the 90s are cracked on the dash. That
I,
one is not because the car was sleeping indoors, and it still does. So, but inside looks like original, but the car, the engine, we sold the engine, has a Japanese engine, everything. It's customized. Like, wow, you see, if the car was knowledge, that's what happened. You give it to someone random, it customize your knowledge, and then it's not the car that you used to know.
True. But sometimes
So,
knowledge has to, well, like Dr. Zeus's feng shui knowledge changes because, our society changes, technology changes. There's a lot of things that change. We got to
yeah.
adapt too. But I mean, you mean the fundamental, yeah?
hmm Yeah, yeah. I mean, the essence of it.
Yeah.
Because for example, as now with laptops, I had a desktop. I had now I have a laptop. I'm zooming from my cell phone right now. Now I can move anywhere. So back to the feng shui, applying it in the 90s, or let's say in the 900s, it was not the same as applying it now in the 2020. So because now there's other factors to consider as portability or
Yeah, very different. Very,
technology,
yeah,
lighting. So,
very.
hey, I know we're almost done, but I want to ask you a parenthesis on. I said lighting. I remember this. I've seen people putting wall, like a whole wall.
Yeah.
It's a screen and projects a scenario, like in the futuristic movies.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you have like a forest, or you have. What do you think about? Is that a good feng shui? Having like fake background in your wall, like if you didn't have that wall, it's like making your wall invisible.
So you mean they're just projecting an image on the wall?
Yeah, it
Is
can
that
be
considered art or what? I'm not quite sure.
kind of like if you have that background, like if that wall was a screen, and you can put whatever you wanted as decoration. You can put a pattern, or you can put a full background.
I see.
But it's
Interesting.
like giving your house another dimension.
Yeah, it is.
See
Yeah,
how technology. I bring it up because we're talking about how technology can change feng shui, and when
yeah,
you see
it's gonna
something
change. I
like
never
that,
thought about that's something I gotta think about that.
it's
Hmm.
like imagine your background is the size of a wall of your living room.
Hmm. So today you can pretend you're in the beach side, so you got a beach side background, and then tomorrow you can be in the snow. That is that what you mean?
Yes.
Huh. I never really thought about that. That's something
Yeah.
to think about.
Yeah, but it's just kind of weird from the feng shui perspective. I have thought about. I haven't given so much thought, But I just it's that I just remember I had forgotten about that. I just remembered because we were talking about technology.
Yeah, but I mean, remember, was I talking to you about the AI and you put on the glasses and you think you're someplace else? I guess I was talking to something else.
Nah,
So you can
probably
put on your glasses. So they're doing it like in old folks' homes, you know?
okay.
They
Yeah.
said that they cannot leave.
There's an episode like that in Netflix. I saw something like that.
Yeah, so if you can't leave, you just put on the glasses and pretend you're at the beach or hiking,
Virtual
whatever.
world.
And then they emotionally they feel they've been there and it's really uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Because they don't
what I
know
do
if
with
it's
the
real
drone.
or not.
Yeah, because your body, that's when I told you about the drone thing, like when I fly the drone, it's very weird because my body is not there, but I'm looking like, you know, I cannot look from the sunset from straight from my house, but depending on where I am, if I'm flying and I take the drone up very high and
Hmm.
I get to see the sunset, and sometimes I just I'm just hovering
Mhm.
500 feet above in the sky looking for the sun
See,
setting up.
it changes your whole emotion. So that actually,
Hmm.
that's really good
Yeah,
because you know the difference, what's real and what's not real. I think that's wonderful.
it's perfect. And so, yeah, we must talk about
That might be an
feng
interesting.
shui. This is next. Not, I'm
Okay.
not sure it's the next topic, but feng shui and virtual reality.
Okay.
No one
Okay.
has talked about that. Not
Yeah,
that I know. Maybe in China.
that's a good topic. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Justin, enjoy your
thank
lunch.
you, Jenny. I
Thank
have
you.
respect for all the knowledge and experiences that you have provided me. So,
Yeah, ditto.
thank
Same.
you.
Same.
Thank you so much.
Have a safe journey home. Enjoy.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your lunch.
Have a good
Thanks
day.
everybody for watching. See you next week.
Bye.